Hey there, and welcome to the porch. 3, 2, 1. Linda and I are here.
Right.
Sylvia 4.
Linda Hollington.
And Sherry's not here today, but we miss her. Anyway, we wanted to just mention to you that, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Maybe not literally a gold mine, but help me out here, Linda. Their home, the equity in
your
home.
house. We see a lot of folks that are, they're anxious to get their house on the market because they've gained 30 to 50% equity, sometimes even more than that, since they bought the house, and they're anxious to get their hand on that money, so they're going to sell their house.
Which is a lot of money.
So they're going to put it on the market.
And we're realtors, but selling the house is not always the best thing to do. And we want to make sure you understand your options, or you talk to a realtor who will at least guide you to where you need to go to talk about these different options.
Or your financial advisor is the best place to go, because it's like you have cash in the bank sitting here in the house. You have this equity, okay? What is the best way to use it? Right now it's just sitting there, and you're slowly paying it and making it go higher and higher and higher. A lot of people will invest with their equity, sometimes in another property. They will buy a rental or some sort of investment.
How do they get to that point where they can have that money to buy the house?
You have to go get an equity loan of some sort.
So that's what we're talking about. You could, instead of, because you don't have that $250,000 cash laying around, you could use the equity in your house, and I'm pointing to this house, and go to your bank, right?
Right.
And get a home equity loan.
Right. But this is like a well thought out loan, so you don't want to just go in there and say, I've decided to take my equity out, because the next question is why?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it? This banker is interested in knowing how you're going to grow that equity, really.
Well, they're protecting, their investment too.
And you could grow it by putting it back in the same property. Maybe it needs updated.
Renovations.
Yeah, renovations, a roof, and all that,
the roof, the needed renovations, and maybe just your kitchen. Maybe
and that's all they need to hear. Okay, that's a good investment. So, we're with you on that.
Okay.
Or maybe your financial advisor says that you should do something entirely different, and you can tell him, well, I talked to my financials, and he advised me that I buy these bonds, and they're paying 12%.
Nice way to just keep doubling that money up.
Right, and the equity is just sitting there.
Yeah.
And he may not advise you to take all of the equity and do it that way, but a portion of it to do that. This is what the bank is going to want to hear. Mm-hmm. Why are you taking this money out? What do you intend to do with it?
Another thing is they could buy a house to either to rent, or rent the house that they were living in, buy a smaller house, move in, either one, but you could rent.
Well, let's say,
and keep 2 houses.
Let's say they're my age.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're getting close, or already there, thinking, well, I really want to get something smaller, get rid of this house. So I'm going to talk to my banker about, getting the money to get this house ready for sale, and possibly to buy another one, and then use the equity in my house that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good option, really, for the older folks like me who are thinking of changing their lifestyle.
Right. And I mean, you have different seasons of your life.
That's
so
right.
You want to live the best of that season.
You want less to take care of,
yes.
and you want to spend less.
That's right.
So that's one way to do it.
You got to try to leave the emotions out of it to make the best decision for the season of the life that you're in, and that can be a little tricky, but you can bring yourself to the realization you don't necessarily have to sell your house. That's what we're saying. Now, of course, the first thing to do is to you probably couldn't get some of these loans if you hadn't already paid off credit card debt and things like that. Let's say if you had student loan debt and anything else, I'm sure the bank would say, well, let's pay this off first. Is that correct?
They could, in my case, being in business and stuff, I've had a lot of loans, and they'd say, okay, we're on board with this, but we want you to take some of this and get rid of this loan right here.
Okay.
It's a high interest loan, and we'll even, up this loan a little bit. You get rid of this one, and we like your plan. We see your plan. We see how you're going to execute it. So we're on board with this,
Right.
but they may require something like that.
Okay, all right. So they could renovate, do some renovations, updating in the home. Roof, that's not a renovation, that is just normal maintenance, but things that need to be done with the money, the equity that they have in their home, is they go to the bank and ask.
Right.
With a plan, just like businesses have to have a plan,
Right.
and really personal, your residents, you should go in there, as you said, with a plan or an idea, because they're not just gonna hand out money willy-nilly. So you go in and, let's recap, then you have the, buy another home, and to either rent, or you rent out your home and live in the other home.
And you need help in that planning. A financial planner is best. They know you. They know your habits, your spending, and all that stuff. They can help you most. Otherwise, the investments that you're looking at, you need to have a good conversation with a realtor, maybe, if you think you're going to buy something else and sell this, so you know what it's going to cost you to move someplace else, what you can get out of your house, what's going to need to be done to fix it up, how much money that's all going to take, if that's the goal. You have to know what the goal is, what it's going to cost, and a plan to get it done, whatever it is.
And then another way you could use the equity in your home is for the investments, bonds, stocks,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you want to invest.
That's
To
right.
get that money being utilized and making money for you. So, and that is, anything else?
No, you can be pretty creative, but like I said,
Think
you
about
just have to have a plan.
The plan is the thing, because the banks aren't gonna say, yeah, here you go.
We just wanna give you money here.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for us on the porch. Like us on Facebook,
That's right.
and come on over, no, like us on YouTube. See, Sherry, we miss you, and visit us on Facebook. We'd love to have you stop by, ask a question. Take it easy now.
Great job, Sylvia.
Bye.
Bye.